So don't think that Charles Hoskinson isn't paying attention to what's going on with ADA in terms of price, because he is. And there was this funny meme that came out less than 24 hours ago, at least the time of filming this video. I saw this and I couldn't help but laugh, because we're all kind of in the same spot right now, just seemingly waiting and waiting and waiting for ADA to make its next extension. This is the meme. I thought it was actually really funny. And Charles Hoskinson is sitting there like, when is ADA going to make this break? So we all feel similar frustration. But I will say this, just because things are trending sideways and there hasn't really been a whole lot going on here, it doesn't mean that price isn't going to move. I've said many times that, you get to this point where sellers have sold and there's not really much to push things down. And that's what we're seeing in terms of ADA. We just haven't really had this push to the upside yet. Now, what I will say is this article actually referred to ADA doing very similar things throughout history. These periods of consolidation, for example, 5 years ago, ADA hovered around 4 cents. And then in 2021, it was up near $1 per token. Now, I'm not saying we're going to get that same level of move here or anything like that, but we've had our patience tested many times before. And the big one I keep referring back to is back here, where it seemed like we were just going to trade sideways forever. People were talking about further drops to the downside. I remember this very vividly. And right now, up here, we have similar notions. People saying, oh yeah, ADA is going to drop down into the 30-cent range. We can only go lower and blah, 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 right? Well, people they seem to be forgetting what typically comes in the back half of this year. It's the trigger for alt season, where everything just continues to run. Now, I've said that we are, in fact, in alt season, and I believe that, all right? We're starting to see that early transition. We're seeing the right things happen in the charts, but the early part of alt season isn't an immediate explosion to the upside, okay? We're working into that period, which is great, but it takes time to get there. And eventually you get this big snowball effect where everything starts to compound on top of each other, all right? That is the big move that we're waiting for in terms of ADA. Now we have a few things that are playing out here in the charts that are looking actually very, very good. I wish we would have seen a little bit higher high in terms of ADA. I would have loved to have actually broken this 52-cent range. Unfortunately, we didn't quite get there on our last leg, but there is some positive signs here. Again, we are seeing higher lows continue to build here, which is great. We had our quick turnaround yesterday, actually 3 straight days of green candles, at least at the time of filming this video. So that's looking good. And right now we're approaching these moving averages. If we can, in fact, breach specifically our 200-day moving average, that is our biggest point of resistance. And right now, you guys can see that it has, in fact, crept down. So it's going to be a little bit easier to do this. Right now, it's at about 50 cents. So if we can take a new higher high on our next leg up, that is where I think ADA is, in fact, going to start rallying. That is where I think we are going to start this next extension. That is where I believe we're going to go back up and try to test this 80-cent range. It might seem kind of weird to say that right now. I'm sure some people have lost hope. Well, that's why people mess things up in crypto. Unfortunately, people have this problem of just giving up too early. They don't wait things out. It's why a lot of people exited during the bear market. It's why a lot of people will not make generational wealth in crypto. They won't set themselves up well. But for those of us who are resilient and have patience and see these things through, we are the ones that get rewarded the most. So I appreciate you guys as always. We're all in this together, and let's see what happens. Appreciate you. Have a great day. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.